It's been called the final frontier, but for the cremated remains of 24 people who dreamed of traveling to space, including Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry and the LSD prophet Timothy Leary, it's even more than that. It's their destiny.
Gene was in love with space, I mean, with the future.
Timothy pointed to me and said, I want you to get me into space.
And so 24 families are the first to do something quite extraordinary for their dearly departed loved ones.
We're looking at the first launch ever to take cremated remains into space.
That's right, Monday, over the Canary Islands, this jetliner launched a Pegasus rocket, which carried those ashes, each in a lipstick-sized vial, into space. Something this mission's promoters hope will become a new commercial venture.
We're right now taking contracts for our next mission.
The late Gene Roddenberry is the most famous passenger aboard. His widow, Majel, explains why she took this step.
He would have given anything to have been able just once to, take that trip or go up into space.
We have ignition and liftoff of Atlanta.
Like Roddenberry, all of the others wanted to travel to space while they were alive. Now, for $4,800, their families made dreams of space come true.
My father was an astronaut. He was a dreamer. And, today his dreams are being realized.
Gerald Conte's son Rod and his sister Sandra Scala sent their dad into the atmosphere.
I know when I look up, I know that my father's on one of those stars looking down, saying, I told all of you, I can do it.
For the Harvard professor who searched for new galaxies within the human mind, Timothy Leary's friend of 30 years, Carol Rosin, got him into space.
He's always wanted to travel in the circle of space pioneers, and there's space pioneers on this, and that made him really happy too.
Not everyone on this flight was famous. Omer Lampkin ran a supply company in Kentucky. He traveled the world on vacations, but always wanted space to be his final destination. Paula Lampkin is his daughter.
This morning, at the airport, watching the Stargazer leave with the Pegasus on it, it was such a joy. And if he gets to go up there for one complete orbit, that's all I ask.
But Chan Tyser, president of Celestis, expects the rocket to be in space much longer than that.
We'll orbit the Earth roughly every 90 minutes, and that orbit should last for about 6 years.
And with an ending that only Gene Roddenberry could write, Chan Tyser says the rocket will disintegrate into a ball of fire and streak across the sky like a shooting star.
This Celestis launch makes it possible for all of us to see as the re-entry takes place, when the burn-up of this rocket occurs, that we are the light. And that was Timothy's message.
Here I come!
Even though he has no legs, nothing can stop 6-year-old Cody McCaslin.
Whoa! They had to take off my legs and make me these.
Cody showed us the 3 different pairs of legs doctors have made for him. His walking legs are decorated with pictures of his hero, Spider-Man. He wears what he calls stubbies to scoot across the floor fast as lightning. Finally, these are the blades of glory that now make it possible for him to run. His parents are Mike and Tina McCaslin.
I can't say that I ever feel Cody feels sorry for himself. His spirit is to just live life to its fullest.
Cody was born without knees, and his lower legs were so badly deformed that they had to be amputated.
When Cody was first born, we've got every piece of bad news there was. He's going to die. He'll never walk.
The last few months he's really taken off, and he will challenge just about anybody to race him at this point.
Get set, go!
Hey, wait, you thought you were too fast.
Cody even races his doctor through the halls of the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children in Dallas.
I never thought you would be running like that.
The hospital provides Cody's care totally free of charge, even though each pair of his miracle legs cost more than $50,000. To give back, Cody acts as a spokesperson for the hospital.
I would have to imagine that our hospital bills at this point are close to $1 million or more, and we as a family haven't had to pay 1 penny of it.
Cody has made stunning progress. Now he runs every chance he gets, participating in the final stretch of a marathon, and recently he competed in a 1-mile race. He goes the entire distance, laughing all the way. The little boy who was never supposed to walk now runs with joy on his blades of glory.
Way to go!
He runs on blades of glory. 7-year-old Cody McCaslin is the little kid who can. Just watch him go. Nothing can stop this kid.
Here I come!
Now his can-do spirit and infectious grin is inspiring someone else struggling with a devastating disability.
Seeing Cody, I was like, why did I complain about such little things before, you know? When this kid is like this and he's happy.
Kevin McCloskey lost his legs when his Humvee struck a roadside bomb in Afghanistan. In his darkest hours as he recovered in the hospital, Kevin discovered videos of little Cody on the internet.
Seeing Cody at his age and, you know, just smiling, all he does is smile. It kind of made me realize, you know, what's really important.
Kevin's girlfriend, Lauren Bacchus, knew how much the little guy had inspired her hero.
Kevin meeting Cody would be something really unforgettable. I think it would be really rewarding.
So she emailed Cody's mom and dad.
I know that meeting Cody would give Kevin an experience of a lifetime.
Cody's parents agreed, and we were there when Kevin met Cody for the first time.
Hello.
I'm Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
You're Cody, right? Your name?
My name's Cody.
Yeah?
The heroes hit it off right away. They compared their high-tech prosthetics.
See? Oh, wow.
Go!
And Cody even challenged his new friend to a race. One day, Kevin hopes to run again, just like Cody, the little hero who inspired this soldier to get back on his feet.
Are my eyes glazed?
This woman may look and sound drunk, but she's not. She's actually suffering a massive stroke. And amazingly, it was this cell phone video that helped save her life.
Was the right side of your face numb this morning?
No.
The video was shot by her fiance, Dave O'Neill. At 8 a.m., Diane McPeters awoke feeling tired and sluggish. Her droopy face and slurred speech told her fiance right away that something was wrong. But Diane refused to go to the hospital.
And so because I wasn't hurting or anything, like I said, so I didn't really think about being a stroke. Never even crossed my mind.
She was very slow to respond to what I was telling her. She would not, she had a droopy face. She was talking in a very, very low tone, which is something she doesn't do very often, unless there's something wrong. And so I was trying to get her to, let's go to the hospital and get this taken care of. I was definitely worried.
Then at 3 p.m., they went out to the porch. The stroke was rapidly worsening.
I was sitting here, she was sitting there.
Dave took out his iPhone and began recording.
I would like for you to speak into the camera here. To me, it looks like you're talking out of the left side of your mouth.
Incredibly, Diane is smoking a cigarette, still refusing to go to the hospital.
I could not believe what I was saying. I threatened you to call 911, is that correct? And why should I not do that?
Because just give it tonight. I was thinking what I wanted to say, but I couldn't say it.
Dave had enough and called 911.
I was definitely scared for her life.
Diane was raced to the medical center of Plano, outside Dallas. The prognosis was grim.
She had a devastating brain attack.
Diane was wheeled into surgery where Dr. Vallabh Janardhan and his surgical team were waiting.
You have a huge area that's not getting blood flow.
When dealing with a stroke, time is crucial. In most cases, doctors can only guess when a stroke occurred, but Dave had the exact timeline on his cell phone.
It was absolutely critical for me to know when the symptoms started.
Dr. Janardhan showed Diane how he snaked a micro-thin catheter through her body up to her brain to remove the clot and put her on the road to what he expects will be a full recovery. Diane has two special people to thank for her survival, her doctor and her fiance.
I owe him my life.